It is now time for What's Hot, where we talk about the stories that have us all talking.
And we are joined by Klein from Boelter Lincoln, plus Jeff Wagner is back. Well, a law that caused protesters to gather in Madison on Tuesday has passed the Assembly. Doctors would have to consult women face-to-face instead of via webcam to administer abortion-inducing drugs. One supporter says the bill will protect women from abortions they don't want to have. Opponents say it makes it harder for women to get abortions. So what do you think, guys?
And let's just point out, this hasn't happened in Wisconsin yet. Other states do this. This doesn't happen yet in Wisconsin.
I think the government just needs to stay out, period. It's a woman's right. Whether or not she wants to take that course of action, it will always be a woman's right. And I'm just really tired of seeing the government try to regulate things. And to my knowledge, doctors in Wisconsin, as of right now, aren't conducting these type of interviews via a webcam. So I'm not entirely sure what the basis is, just because there are other, I understand the political nature of it, but I feel like there's a piece missing to this puzzle.
Yeah, matter of fact, I might surprise some people with my reaction here, but I think this is sort of a problem looking for a solution. Right. When it comes to certain restrictions, for example, when we're talking about children under the age of 18, I'm all in favor of things like, parental consent and informed consent and waiting periods. When you're talking about adult women, and right now it's legal to, have an abortion in the state of Wisconsin and in this country, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Restrictions like this, I look at them and I say, okay, what really is the need here? What are we trying to accomplish?
Well, I actually did this story today. It will be on live at 5, and what I was told the issue is that they want to make sure, Wisconsin Right to Life and other people that support this bill, want to make sure that women see doctors face-to-face before they have an abortion, to make sure that they aren't being coerced, to make sure that it is absolutely their choice that they want to have an abortion.
But that's making a really, rash assumption that most women are coerced into having an abortion, when in my opinion, that's probably not the case. It is a woman's decision, and if she's speaking with her partner, then it's their decision. But to assume that most people are coerced into getting an abortion, I just don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, they think that they're making a preemptive strike here is what they're doing.
I guess, but I don't know. They just need to stay out.
Okay.
All right, you and Jeff Wagner are in a bit of agreement there.
Wow.
We like it.
It's a Friday.
It is a Friday.
Coming up next, more than a dozen states still allow spanking at school. Are those outdated laws or a good...
It's not showing up as green on TV. Okay, but enough about me. Now more of What's Hot.
Klein from Boelter Lincoln and Jeff Wagner from News Radio 620 WTMJ have joined the party this afternoon.
Woo.
All right, 19 states still allow kids to be spanked in public schools. Most are in the South and in the Midwest. The issue is getting a lot of attention in Florida right now, where one lawmaker is trying to ban corporal punishment in schools. Should schools be allowed to spank students as a form of discipline?
Now, of course, everybody who's listening to us who is a product of a certain age, who's a product of parochial school education, can tell the stories about their knuckles and the marks that sister or whatever left on them. I think it's a matter of local control, and I think if local communities don't have an issue with this, to me there's a difference between spanking and beating children. A whack with the ruler. I had a 7th grade teacher that threw erasers, for example. Got your attention. You did not dope off in class after you got hit with an eraser.
Yeah, I had a few teachers in Catholic school, too, that were fond of throwing dictionaries and erasers and things of that nature. But I think it's the parents' right to, dictate how their children are disciplined, and if they're not comfortable with the teachers giving them spankings, then they need to back off. I'm not sure it's in their position to really do that type of disciplining. Take them aside, give them a verbal warning, do what you need to do, but don't smack a kid.
Okay, you guys are talking parochial schools. This is a public school issue here. I remember when I was in junior high school, in a public junior high in the suburbs of Chicago, the deans of discipline for each grade level had the big wooden paddles that they would take to you if you misbehaved.
But times are different. And what used to work back then doesn't necessarily work now. And so people need to be really sensitive to that.
Yeah, I don't want anybody touching my child.
Right.
Don't spank. I'll call the police on you.
Right.
Don't touch them.
Okay, let's focus on the important thing, though. Steve, do you know firsthand about those big paddles of discipline?
It was an effective deterrent.
Okay.
Right.
No, seriously, it never touched me. In fact, it was a very effective deterrent.
Being a deterrent is one thing, but actually following through and smacking a kid is a totally different thing. And I agree with Shelley. Don't touch my kid.
Don't touch my kid.
Nope.
All right, let's move on to the next topic, you guys. Actor George Clooney, his father, and several others were arrested this morning while protesting outside the Sudanese embassy in Washington, D.C. Police warned them 3 times not to cross the police line outside the embassy, so they were taken away in handcuffs and placed in a Secret Service van. Now, some people say that George Clooney is bringing attention to a worthy cause cause. Others say it's all just a publicity stunt.
I say George Clooney looks great in orange.
Does
I
he?
bet you he's probably going to just rock that outfit.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
here,
you
see,
know, I'm a girl.
here's the deal. He should have been arrested for Batman and Robin, or he should have been arrested for The American, or he should have been
dear.
arrested for Out of Sight. I mean, there's all sorts of things he should have been
No,
arrested
Out
for.
of Sight was one of the best Soderbergh films ever.
Oh, that's just because you like Jennifer Lopez.
No, it's,
okay.
I mean, it is stylistically, it is a phenomenal film, Jeff. I will fight you on
Okay,
that.
let's stay. Okay, then let's stay with Batman and Robin. One of the worst movies
there we
ever
agree.
made.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's standing up for a really serious issue, and more power to him. And he obviously has the money to bail himself out of jail if it's indeed legit. So no big deal. Making a statement, blew up Twitter. He did what he wanted to do.
And it was, I mean, it was a publicity stunt.
It was a publicity stunt.
They told him, you know, 3 times, sir, you got to move or you're going to be arrested. He chose not to. But that's okay. You're right. He can bail himself out.
Well, and he's standing up for what he's believing in, so more props to him. Do some good in the world rather than be an actor.
You think Out of Sight is one of the great
trunk
movies?
scene alone. The
I've
trunk
never seen it.
scene.
Okay.
Can I watch
Alrighty
this
then.
fight in the back alley? This is going to be good. Good stuff.
Happy
We're going to take a
St.
quick
Patrick's
break.
Day.